Hi guys, and welcome to day one of the Crockpot and Crunch group. I'm super excited that you're here. Each day I'm going to go through and show you 3 different core exercises, and I probably should have called it Crockpot and Core because although we'll be doing quite a few crunches, we're going to do some other exercises that will strengthen your core all the way around, some of your lower back muscles as well as your obliques and then your center core here. So today we're going to start with a standard crunch, and one thing that I always like to remind people through all of these exercises is that form is the most important thing. You guys are on a huge spectrum from hardly worked out or have never worked out to people that hit the gym every day in this group. So I'm not necessarily going to give you a particular amount of time for some of our time held exercises or a particular amount of reps. But what I am going to ask you to do is to push yourself. When you're exhausted, when it's starting to burn, do 1 more or do 2 more. You might start with 10 reps where somebody else might start with 25 reps. I encourage you to do 3 rounds of each exercise. You can add these all up, so do the ones from the day before, add the new ones each day, or you can choose to just do them day by day. Pick one of the 3 each day to add on, whatever feels right to you. Today we're going to start with the first one we're going to do just as a standard crunch, and so many people have terrible form with their crunches and they tend to pull their neck muscles, they tend to not do it properly. Whenever I'm training someone, what I always tell them is pretend you had a tennis ball between your chin and your chest. So you always want to leave that much space. You don't want to be pushing your neck down because that's, just do it while we're sitting here. If you push your neck down and push it into your chest, it creates all sorts of strain. The other thing is going to be your hand position on the back of your head. You don't want it down here at the nape of your neck. You don't want it up here on the top of your head. You want it right here in that back where that kind of bump is in the back of your head, and you want your fingertips lightly just touching it, just brushing it, not digging in, not off of it, but gently touching it. So when you do your crunch, you're going to lay down on the floor. You want your feet roughly shoulder width apart. You want to maintain that space between your chin and your chest and have your fingertips in the back of your head. And you're just going to lift up and back down, up and back down, up and back down. So do however many reps you feel comfortable with. Set a goal for maybe 10 or 15 and just go ahead and do that. The second exercise, we're going to go to the side. So you're going to put one leg or the other up, cross your leg. Whichever leg is crossed, the opposite arm is going to be straight out. You're going to put one hand in that same position, gently pressing in the back of your head, and you're going to lift up and cross in front of your body. Now we're not aiming elbow to knee. That's not what we want to do because that you're going to have some fluctuation and some movement in that arm. You're really aiming your shoulder towards your knee or your leg. So keep in mind to keep that arm open, that space open across your chest, and more aim to lift your shoulder to that knee. So you'll go ahead and do however many reps on either side, same position, again focusing on keeping your chest open and lifting your shoulder. The last one we're going to do, you're going to put your legs up at a right angle. And you're going to do the same thing. Crunch up and back. Crunch up and back. What you're going to do with this one is you're going to feel your lower core engage just for holding your legs up here. If you're ready for an ultimate challenge, you can crunch up, let your feet come down. Crunch up, let your feet come down. Now, you're never going to put a ton of weight in your feet when they come down. You don't ever want them to hit. You're lowering them down. You could even have them not touch the ground, but just hover. All right, so that's day one. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, do as many reps as you're comfortable with. Do 3 rounds of the exercises, and I'll see you tomorrow.